It's your boy Beef. And welcome to Beef Tips and Topics. Now, what we do on this show is we always talk about something or show something. We try to give you some tips, some hints if we can, and then we talk about other stuff that's what's on our mind and what's got me a little rattled. You know what I'm saying? I do my wrestling rants, so AEW will probably be part of the problem. They're never the solution. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But welcome in. If you're not getting to watch this live, just remember in 12 hours, it does load so you can watch it back if you missed anything. So thank everybody for showing up. Please hit that subscribe button. Shoot me a like button. And let's get this thing built up. We are trying to get to 1,000 followers, guys. We're at 581. So let's get it going. You can also follow me on TikTok at Drost Beef, on Clapper at Drost Beef, and on Instagram at capital A Flair for Toys, just like we are right here. So we're going to get this thing going, guys. What I want to talk about is first off, when you're collecting. No matter what your interests are or what you like, buy and collect what you like. Don't just buy it because I'm collecting it. Now, if you like it and if you've been a wrestling fan and you like it, that's fine. Get you some wrestling action figures. But don't just get it because you see Beef have it, okay? Now, I will tell you if they're good or if they're bad, in my opinion. Now, not every figure is going to be the same. I could get a bad figure and everybody else is not. But I don't know if that's the case. A lot of people are raving about this Sting figure, but mine is pretty much a hot piece of garbage. It looks great with the jacket, but without the jacket, doesn't look so good. The feet are loose. The arm, it just spins around and around. You spin me right round. But what this represents is why I really got it anyway, because it was Sting's last match. The bat and the chair is the best two things that come with it from the event where he had his last match, and the bat has it on there as well. So that's the main reason we got it. If you're going to get one, I'd suggest leave it in package. That's my suggestion. But another thing, and we always talk about this, don't let other people tell you what to collect or what not to collect. And if they don't like it, move on. Not everybody's going to like the same thing. That's why there's so much out there, and we're all different people. There's a lot of my guys that are in the community with us, and they're not big on wrestling figures, but they still come by, they support me, and all that good stuff. Kev's Collectible Spot, one of my great guys. I love this dude, but I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan. Some of them are cool, but that's his thing. I don't knock him for that. You collect what you collect, and you like what you like, and don't let nobody tell you different. So please keep that in mind when you collect. And I know some people get on, man, you collect that. No, don't worry about it. You didn't spend your money on this. I did. But always make sure your bills are paid first, guys. If the bills are paid, this is what me and my wife do all the time. Like, say we want something, and we'll tell the other, we got our own money, And we'll tell each other, I'm really looking at this, but I don't know if I should get it. Both of us just look at the other one. Are your bills paid? If your bills are paid, get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, always try to put some money back too. You always want to try to have something to fall back on because you never know what's gonna happen. Your car could go out, you could get sick, whoop-de-woo, whatever. So don't spend every penny on the action figures. Put a little bit back, buy a figure or two. Put a little bit back. Hey, thank you, man. I tried. Thank you, Mason. If you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe, guys. Hey, thank you. I do have a lot. One day I'll try to do some more room tour stuff, but we are in the process of getting a lot done. My main thing is wrestling, but I do collect Marvel. Marvel is probably my second thing, and then G.I. Joes, and then everything else after that. Turtles, Masters of the Universe, NECA, all kinds of stuff, guys. We got Power Rangers, we got Silver Hawks, we got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a whole lot of this and that. Yes, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That means a lot, man. And see, just by somebody coming in and saying something nice, you hit a like on a video or going to a live stream and you give them a compliment, means so much more than just going in there and saying, hey, you're a bald guy. Okay, I know I'm bald. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Go in, try to be nice to people. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Always be nice until it's time not to be nice. But anyway, yes, I got a lot of WWE. I've got AEW. We're going to talk a little bit about that, the differences. Now, this is an AEW figure. And here's my thing AEW figures are kind of like the product, it's hit or miss. There's some good, there's some bad, and anywhere in between. This Ricky Starks is great. This thing, not so great. It may look great, but you get it in the hand, unless mine's just a bad one, it's got loose feet. You take the jacket off, the arm just sits there and like spins around. It's just, the arm looks like it's separating. I don't know if you can see that right there, but there's like a gap in between there. It's just, come on, man. What are we doing? I was so hyped for this figure. And that's what I always tell myself. Don't get too hyped. So nowadays, I try not to get hyped about figures. I don't get hyped about movies. Because when you get hyped about something, it always lets you down. Yes, I will show more of the collection. And maybe at the end of the show, I'll go show a little bit. Now, I do have to step around some stuff. Because like I said, we are in the process of adding shelves, getting shelves put in, moving this here, moving that there, hanging stuff on the walls, all kinds of stuff going on. But thank you guys for coming in. I really appreciate it. But what another tip I want to say is don't try to let the FOMO not get you, the fear of missing out. I know it always gets to us. And it's hard on some things, especially like a HasLab or something. Now, this is the only time where I say if you really think you want this thing, or there's a chance later on you might want it and you can afford it, go get the HasLabs, get the big items that you're not going to be able to find out there in retail or on a discount. Because if you don't get it then, I've done it 3 times, guys. I went back and had to pay the double charge because I wanted something. So on that, I say go ahead and just get it. And then if you do get it and decide you don't want it, you can usually sell it and make a little money back 9 times out of 10 on that. I've always liked action figures since I was a kid. I've been into wrestling since I was like 3. G.I. Joe was probably my favorite cartoon of all time. I liked He-Man. I liked all that kind of stuff. I just really related to action figures. You know, the only video games we really had back then was Atari 2600. And if you've ever played an Atari 2600, it was okay at the time, but it's not that fun, guys. So, and I always had an imagination, you know, so I could get the figures. Like one time, I remember when I was a kid, I turned my wrestling figures into like movie characters and had them battling and stuff. You know, I had Bruce Willis over here and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jean-Claude Van Damme. You challenge me? Uh, I do Hot Wheels too, all faith. I do. I need to bring some more Hot Wheels stuff in and show because it's been a long time uh, since I showed some Hot Wheels. Hey, hello and thank you and yeet. Uh, but man, I really appreciate it. I am trying to build this channel up, guys. I do have a pretty good following on TikTok, but not as much over here and on Instagram or Clapper. Still working on building those up. I'm under 2 names, Drost Beef or A Flair for Toys, which you're seeing right here. So please check me out on the other ones. Share the live out. Hit the like button and definitely subscribe if you're not subscribing. Uh, Another tip I got, guys, is make sure you have space for stuff, or you know, you can be an inbox collector and out of box collector, and a lot of that I think depends on the space you have. It takes less space to hold unboxed toys, you know. But to each their own. I mean, if you're like a buddy of mine, like 80s Kid, Kenny's Collection, and they have all this room to put everything, and it's great in the package. So that's very cool to see. It looks like walking into a toy store every day. Hey, Yeet, how you doing, man? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Thank you for the sub. Uh, but I really love this figure, this Ricky Starks. But one of my tips is, guys, besides the inbox, out of box collecting, choose what you want to be first, or you can be both, because I am both. There's some things I leave in box. Hey, running lights, welcome in, my man. Thank you for coming in. We the ones. Uh, so always make your choice, and you don't have to be one or the other. You can be both. There's nothing wrong with that. Uh, so there's some things that you don't want to take out of box. And a lot of times, like if I've seen a figure review on something from some other guys that I trust that do figure reviews, and it's not a great figure, I might just leave it in the box because I want my figures to be good. I want a figure like this. I don't want this sloppy thing. You know what I mean? But to each your own, do it how you want. It all depends on money, space. Now, you're going to need more shelves. Running lights, you know this. You've been getting more shelves yourself, and I have too. Uh, you can tack stuff on the wall. Sometimes that looks really good too. I know Kenny's got his on the ceiling, and he's like Lionel Richie. He might not be dancing on the ceiling, but he got his figures hanging from the ceiling. Uh, Another thing, when you're cleaning, everybody always asks me about cleaning. Now, dusting is a thing. You have to dust. Now, fortunately, since I've been doing this, I've been moving so much around and so many times, and I'm always making other videos with my figures. So I don't necessarily have to do that because I do it when I'm pulling them out or putting them back. Like if I'm using this figure and that figure, I'm going to dust them off and dust where they were at if I can reach. Plus, I'm always changing shelves and moving stuff. The other thing I want to say, when you're cleaning, definitely do this. Whether you're sweeping, whether you're vacuuming, whatever, mopping, whatever you're doing, always check your floor first. You'll not know how many glasses I've found from figures on the floor. I found the boogeyman's worms on the floor. I found hands. I found weapons. I found all kinds of things. Yeah, man, it's terrible when your figure breaks and stuff. I've actually broke a few figures. I've actually threw some figures in the trash that I bought and were just trash. I actually did a video of that on TikTok the other day. But if I don't like it, it's gone. But yeah, always check because you never know what you're gonna sweep up or suck up with the vacuum cleaner. Uh, Another thing too, and Lights knows this. Always when you're putting stuff is gonna fall, guys. I don't care how much you try to secure it with Gorilla Glue. No, don't use the Gorilla Glue. Uh, Unless you're not planning on moving it. But if you're using the sticky tack, blue tack, whatever you're using, it's still gonna fall. Stuff's gonna vibrate. Somebody's gonna get mad at the other one and come alive when you're not there. Stuff like that. But try not to put figures that are too expensive or are really fragile to break. I've been lucky. I don't think anything has actually broke. I've had stuff come apart, but it was able to go back on. But stuff is gonna fall, guys. I've got stuff laying on the floor right now. So, if you have a HasLab Galactus, I wouldn't put it up on the top shelf, unless you can secure it real good. But make sure we're liking the live, guys, sharing the live out, and all that good stuff. Now, what I want to get into, and we kind of compared a little bit. We've compared the figures and some stuff. Jazzwares is a hit and miss. You know, Jazzware, buying a Jazzware figure is like turning on AEW and hoping you see a good match. It's very few and far between. But what I want to talk about AEW, we always talk about their booking. And I know this relates to booking, but something's got to be said about it. The main thing, more than just the booking is who you're matching up against and telling the story and stuff like that. I want to talk about the push. The push to me is more important than the booking. And AEW in 85 to 90% of the time has pushed the wrong people. Look at how many people have came over to AEW or grew up in AEW and wanted out. So I don't know if it's Tony Khan listening to the wrong people by listening to the Young Bucks, listening to Kenny Omega, or whatever. Britt Baker had the makings of a star. And have you heard anything from Britt Baker in the last 2 to 3 years? The last thing I remember about Britt Baker was her and Thunder Rosa in that bloody fight that they had. And they were like one of the first figures to get bloody figures. And then poof, no Britt Baker. I mean, does she go back to dentistry? Is she working for Tony Khan in the back? Is she doing the dentistry work? I don't know. Um, it makes no sense to me on who they push. I mean, granted, it's your company. You can do what you want. But if you would have pushed Wardlow had the look, he had the size, he was getting over, and nothing. Where is Wardlow? Has anybody seen Wardlow? Where's Wardlow? It's like I'm looking for Waldo. You know? You want to push Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy probably has the most wins in AEW history. Think about that. Think about that, guys. Orange Cassidy. Hold on. If you don't know who Orange Cassidy is, which a decent figure, by the way, except for the lack of detail when they didn't give him another flat hand to put in the other pocket. But it's a guy who comes out, puts his hands in his pockets, and fake slow kicks people. You know what I'm saying? This is the guy you wanted to push because you dressed up like him as at Halloween. Come on, man. Yeah. Is it any good, Lights? Is it any good? You've got Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. One of the brightest spots in AEW now or probably ever. But the trouble they're going to run into now is who are they going to fight? The Revival's all messing with Danny Garcia. You decide to push Danny Garcia, Wheeler Useless, and Orange Cassidy, bruh. The Mulkey brothers are better than all three of these people. Now, I know most of y'all probably don't know who the Mulkeys are. But good Lord, look them up. I think they won one match in their life. You pushing the wrong people. John Moxley. This dude is still the champion. This is ridiculous. He is not over. Nobody cares about Moxley. He barely had a following because he came from the Shield. And now he came in. His first year run over there wasn't terrible. But now, nothing. Nothing. John freaking come on, man. Push the right people. Yeah, exactly. And he is a Stone Cold wannabe, and that's the problem. You know, I will give him this. I've always said this about John Moxley. At least he believes his gimmick. He believes he's the baddest man on the planet. Only thing is, nobody else believes it. You know what I mean? So, it's okay to have, like Orange Cassidy. That's okay to be a gimmick character. You could have had him. He could have brought you a few viewers. Could have sold you a little bit of merchandise. But you don't push him as one of your main guys. Jungle Boy. When Jungle Boy first came out, he was a great babyface. But then they ruined him. Sammy Guevara. Where he was a heel or a face, he was over. Is he now? No. They can't keep or make anybody. Oh, take a shit? Take a shit's all right. He's one of the better ones they got over there. But it's just, come on, man. You took the Acclaim. The Acclaim came and were stars. And then poof. Now they're nobodies and fighting each other. You know? The Gun Boys were pretty good. Private Party, decent, but nobody looks at them as a great tag team. The Hurt Business has nobody to work with. Just go. What gets on my nerves more than anything, more than even Tony Khan saying everything's great, and I know I'll catch some slack and give it to me if you want. You can like what you like. I have a lot of good friends that love AEW, and that's fine. But when you sit here and you try to tell me, oh, it's long time storytelling and this and that, how many people has he have either asked to go home or have been sitting at home because he don't know what to do with them? But while you had Rusev, Andrade, Ricky Starks, Britt Baker, I know there's a whole list of others that I just can't think of right now, sitting at home, you were over here pushing Danny Garcia and Daddy Mac and Mac Daddy Crisscross. And what? Come on, man. What? Wake up, bruh. If you can, if you cannot realize this is bad, I need to know what you're smoking. Tell me. Tell me. You can't tell me this ain't bad. And this is what I get. I don't mind you liking it. You like it. I've liked some of it. I like it here and there. I like wrestling. I like some of the action figures. I think they're cool. But you push the wrong people. Your booking's terrible. You pushed Riho for almost 2 years. Riho. Io Sky is 100 times better than Riho. And I don't even think she should be the champion, to be honest. But my thing is, guys, when I know people get on here and there's a lot of people on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, and you can defend what you like. That's fine. If you like and enjoy it, but you want to sit here and try to tell me. I heard one guy the other day, he said, if you want to prove you're the best, come to AEW. The best at what? Sitting at home? What do you mean, prove that I'm the best? Best at what? Not getting booked? They brought in Josh Alexander, a new person they just brought in. What do? They beat him like 3 times in a row. And so I argue with this guy, and he says, yeah, but they put him in a tag team, and he won like a couple matches. Really? Really? That's not how you get somebody over. The Briscoes. Mark Briscoe, when he lost his brother, you should have pushed him to the moon, man. You should have pushed him to the moon. If not put the championship on him, at least have him fighting for it. At least have him fighting for it. No. Brian Pillman. When Brian Pillman was there, and his Dark Side of the Ring, almost said Dark Side of the Moon, Dark Side of the Ring came out. Man, he was a buzz. You could have capitalized. But what'd you do? You had him in a tag team with Griff Garrison and had him losing. Not Griff Garrison. You had him losing. Just like with A-Town Down and Grayson Waller, you got Austin Theory losing. See, WWE makes mistakes too, guys. I am not saying they're perfect. Yeet. But man, don't sit here and tell me how good AEW is, because I don't know what you're seeing. Look what they do to people. The Young Bucks are not over. They were over for what, a year and a half at best? When the Young Bucks come out, nobody cares. Yeah, I had the no yeet shirt on yesterday. But nobody cares anymore. You know, they do have some talented wrestlers over there. Will Ospreay. Look what they did to Ricochet. What in the world is up with Ricochet? Was fighting a one-legged man, guys. Ricochet, who was great in NXT, was mediocre in WWE. What has he done in AEW? Nothing. You could have took this dude and put him in a mask and made him a star in AEW. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they shouldn't lose, but Austin Theory should be pushed better than what Austin Theory, I think, is being punished because he was a Vince guy. You know what I'm saying? Because Austin Theory's got all the tools, man. I don't know why he's not being elevated. I would like to see him get put in the group with Seth Rollins and them. You know what I mean? I think he needs an elevated push. Uh, but just all the people they have ruined. FTR came in there and organically got over. And then what happened? The Young Bucks wouldn't drop the titles to him. Now FTR turned heel on Edge. And I never thought Edge was that big of a superstar to me anyway, but he has definitely not been nothing in AEW. I know he's older and everything, but golly, man. It's Cope. What are these names, man? I don't get it. It's not doing it. Not doing it. Yeah, I mean, I I understand it. That's a way to get him away from it. But Austin Theory needs to just take out Grayson Waller. He shouldn't even make it a competition. Uh, uh, uh Grayson Waller is a decent look. I mean, he'd probably be a champion over in AEW, but to me, he just doesn't have what it takes in the WWE. I don't believe in the guy that much. He's decent. Don't get me wrong. Um, but AEW, man, I don't get it. How can you not see that this is bad? Now, granted, your numbers did go up a little bit last week, and who knows what the max. You're probably getting a few more viewers, but you're not gonna keep keeping people. People will tune in sometimes because they want something different. They want to get away from WWE. That's what we thought when we first got AEW. We were like, yes, this is what we need because we don't all want just WWE product. But after a year and a half, 2 years, this is what we got. I mean, Jericho's past his prime. He's on a downturn. Besides maybe singing his song, nobody wants to see him. Same way with Edge. You know, they'll get out there and sing his song with him, but other than that, nobody's clamoring to see this guy. You know, Christian had a decent shot over there until he got grouped in with Nick Wayne or Nick Plain or whatever his name is. And man, they got some guys over there that have a size, have a look, and could have something. And we're not even talking about the women's division. Look what they did to the women's division. Tony Storm is the only thing that they really got going. They've pretty much buried everybody else. Paige left, or Sriracha, whatever her name was. She gone. Some other lady was trying to leave the other day. They got Ember Moon, who was really not that good in WWE anyway, but a really nice person. Uh, I don't know what's up with this one lady who's still on the roster. I don't know if she's still around. Abaddon or Abdomen or whatever. I don't know that. Chris Statlander at one time was moved up to the top and then gone. Uh, what's the other lady? Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter. What happened to Jamie Hayter? You know, she was over and then not over. I mean, it's like they cannot sustain getting anybody over, but they'll push John Moxley for 4 freaking years. Okay, it may not be that long, but I'm just aggravated with the whole thing. You're losing view. People like me would maybe come back. If you had Bobby Lashley as the champion or Samoa Joe, I'd maybe tune in if you kept the Young Bucks off the TV. The Young Bucks have done nothing but cost you money. Sasha Banks was over. She was the boss. Now nobody cares. Mercedes Moné, when she comes out, it's Mercedes Moan because everybody's moaning if they have to watch this. She is not over. She is overpaid and overused and just, man, not worth the money. Sale, get your money back. Call the bank, say if you can get a refund, call somebody. Yeah, and a lot of guys do need to retire. And it's hard to tell somebody to retire because you're still making good money and you love to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to say that, But there's times when you got to know when it's time to kick back, do announcing, be a manager. Maybe come in like Goldberg once every 3 years and have a retirement match and come back. Uh, stuff like that, like Ric Flair, right? One match every 10 years. Uh, no, but it's just a lot of stuff, guys. It's just a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense. It's like I just don't get it. How you can take Orange Cassidy and Luke Hobbs, but you don't think to push Luke Hobbs? You push Orange Cassidy? What are you doing? You got Wardlow, but you want to push Danny Garcia. Come on, man. It don't make sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You ain't making no money, Tony. Tony would have been folded up quicker than WCW if he didn't have his daddy's money. Because this product, and they come out the other day, well, maybe about a month or so now, and they said, we've been on the air longer than WCW or WCW Nitro. Okay? if Ted Turner or whoever had the company at that time would have had the money to do that, they would be still there too. Don't mean they'd be any good because the last few years, their stuff was crap too. WCW, when they came out, they were okay. And then when they got the NWO and all that, they got on fire. They took off. Boom. And then they faltered out. And why? Because they kept doing the same thing. It got tired. It got old. It got stale. And that's what AEW is to me. Well, if you like it, hey, I love that you like it. But don't sit here and I've been trying to get people to debate this with me. They want to tell me, oh, AEW is so much better than how? And I don't even really care to watch WWE that much anymore because some of it just not that great. But at least most of the time they do push the right people, you know? And I think they listen to the fans way more than AEW does because why else would Jey Uso be the champion right now? But hey, I give it to the man. I don't think it was the right call, but he got himself over. I just wish he'd pay more attention to his in-ring work than all the hype stuff. You use that to get over. Now show me you can really put some stuff together in the ring. That's all I'm saying. But not going to go too much longer. I'm going to get up. If y'all want to see some stuff, I'll show you a little bit of the collection. This is just some stuff that we did last night, guys, on the live over on TikTok. We did Ricky Starks. We did Axiom. We did Jade Cargill, which these two people right here, AEW dropped the ball with. Jade Cargill. She wanted to leave, and she was on top. Why? Because she knew they didn't know what they were doing. Hey, well, have fun with that. Ricky Starks was getting over. And nope, nothing. So, man, it just... That guy with the glasses. Oh, Ricky Starks. Really good figure, man. Really good. I have his older one too, but this one's really good. We got Jimmy Uso. Let's put the ones up for the beef. Oh, Lord. Time to turn the channel. But I ain't even got it on. We got Maurice, which is the Miz's wife right there. We opened up this terrible Sting. I know it doesn't look terrible from here, but let me tell you, it is. We got the Yeet Man himself. Yeet. We got quite a bit of Yeets. We got the Chase Drew McIntyre. We got an old school Tank Abbott Jax we found the other day. I don't know if y'all remember Tank Abbott. And we got a couple Undertakers that I showed somebody last night because they wanted to see some Undertakers. This is the first appearance of Undertaker when he came out at Survivor Series 1990, I believe. And then this is a Ultimate Undertaker, really good. Like Ministry of Darkness type era Undertaker, really good. Yes, the OTC right here. The only thing about this, the hoodie is good, but every time I see this shirt, I know it says family above all, but we got these stores around here called Family Dollar, and the way that's in red, that's all I see is Family Dollar. Yes, that Ultimate Taker is gonna be nice. I could have had the Ultimate Stone Cold today, but I think I ordered it, so I told BJS not to worry about it, but he was gonna pick it up for me. Uh, but we got plenty. Here's another Undertaker right here. We actually just picked this up the other day. 80s kid picked it up for us. We got some more Ultimates. We got LA Knight. Yeah. Right there. We got Dolph Ziggler. If y'all remember Dolph Ziggler. Anybody remember Dolph Ziggler? We got Dolph Ziggler. We got all kinds of figures, guys. We got another Jimmy. We got a King Sheamus right there. And guys, we do Wrestling Wednesday. I think I'm going to go back to doing it every week on the TikTok. I think I'm going to take the wrestling watch-alongs and change those to Tuesdays. I believe. Let me see if I can flip the camera. I'll show you guys who haven't maybe seen before some of my collection. But here is my G.I. Joe Classifieds. Some of them. There's the Dragonfly that Lights is always trying to take from me. And then, of course, we got Cobra on the other side. I know you do, Lights. Got the Hiss tank up there. Got a Trouble Bubble. Cobra! And then we got wrestling down here. Plenty of wrestling. I probably won't be till November or December, Lights. And then we got more wrestling here. Damn. And we got more wrestling here. Here's some AEW. Here's some more WWE. There's some DC down here. More DC on the other shelf. We got some wrestling up here, hanging up. Some old school bone crunchers. And we got some vehicles right here. Yeah. Got Brock on the forklift. We got Dominic and Liv in the lowrider. Undertaker on the motorcycle. And there's Ray sitting down because he got kicked out of the car. Got Austin in there. Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. We got some big rubber guys. which these are like the new version of the LJNs that are done by Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. These things are really great. Look, we got the OTC because he's always on. You had a chance until I woke up. And then you come over here, we've got Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. Then we got Age of Apocalypse and X-Men stuff on this shelf. And then we got some more Marvel stuff down here. And then we got a little mixed stuff, but it's mostly Marvel over here, but there is Annabelle. Hey, Joe Cena. Joe China. How you doing, man? Welcome in. Hit me a subscribe if you don't mind, man. We're trying to get to 1,000. And then we got more Marvel. And then we got a lot of villains up here. All right. Yeah. I'm waiting on it. I don't know when we're supposed to get it. Hell, I still ain't got my Maximum Spider-Man yet, lights. And then we just got some other stuff up here. We got some 124 scale. We got a Darth Vader. We got some more Star Wars. We got some Black Series. We got some X-Men 97. We got some more wrestling like Hasbro Retros and stuff. Yeah, I think I ordered it through Pulse. Maximum Spider-Man I did order through BBTS, and they still ain't shipped it yet. Got Godzilla and some Dungeons and Dragons, some gargoyles, another gargoyle. We got Galactus, HasLab. We got some Street Fighter. And there's some Power Rangers in there, some other stuff, some customs. We got some Masters of the Universe, some Ninja Turtles, Super Sevens. Oh, wow. Yeah, I bet I don't get mine on Saturday. We got a display up here. We got some more wrestling. And once I decide where these are actually going to go, the figures are going to come out and they're going to stand in front of it. But this is part of my favorite collection of my wrestling is the Coliseum collection. Another diorama, a Sentinel, and then go over here. We got some more 124 scale. We got a ZD toy shelf and Beast Kingdom right there, Dark Side. And then we got some more wrestling. Wrestling, Rasslin. And then we got some NECA and some horror stuff. And we got some Transformers. We got some VHS box X-Men. These are all from the cartoons. Really cool. And then we got some Transformers. But we have a lot more Transformers than that. We just don't have a place to display them. Then we got some Masterverse. We got more Masterverse. And then we got more wrestling again. And then we got the Turtles of Grayskull. Oh, you mean that one? And then just some mixed stuff over here. And then we got our little helmets and weapon stuff over here. And that's about it for now, guys. Now, that is actually only about a quarter or a third of what we actually have. So we got way more stuff to go. We have a whole shed full of stuff. But guys, I am about to call it. I appreciate everybody coming in who joined. I hope I kept you entertained as well as I could. But I'm about to get out of here. I'll be back next Thursday. And if y'all ever want something you want me to talk about, just hit me up in the message in this video and say, hey, man, I'd like to see if you'd talk about this or whoop-de-whoop, whatever. But until then, I may be leaving, but I'm still that uncultured heathen.